ring the bell. We have a little movement news. I don't know, weird. Maybe we don't. Mimi Au, and market update and a little bit from Wake University. So you can tell me what Monday's Mojo was about. Any glasses, Randy?
Yeah, they're over there though. It's all good.
Anyone?
Not taking your foot off the pedal.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were telling me not to take the foot.
No, that's
Right.
the gist of what it was.
Right.
I read it.
Just because things are getting busy doesn't mean you can stop doing the basics to continue to create your business. Is basically what it's saying. I mean, there's a tendency to coast rather than take advantage of all the opportunities and really realize your true potential. Some of the things he talks about, you know, different ways that smart agents that smart agents make. So not setting goals, and we've talked about that numerous times, about making sure you have written goals, about you have a clear vision of what you want to accomplish. Becoming a self-appointed buyer specialist rather than a deadly listing master. So, you know, buyers are absolutely very important and are absolutely what, you know, keep us busy. But you get more buyers by having listings. So you want to make sure that you're chasing those opportunities for listings. Whether that be getting out there and doing events and meeting people, whether that be chasing expireds or withdrawals, or whether it be chasing sale by owners. Whether there's someone I know that used to, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to get the paper out on, and they read the paper every day, and then they would look for estate sales and look at the addresses for estate sales. And I think I told you guys a couple weeks ago how there's an agent that goes out and visits garage sales. So those are other opportunities to find out what people are, or people are, if they're moving. Ineffectual prospecting, of course, you need to make sure that you're, you know, working to get new leads all the time, put them in your pipeline. Resorting to social media. I mean, social media is great. You want to have, you know, a presence there, have, you know, Facebook posts here and there, or tweet, or whatever social media you want to use. LinkedIn, you know, those are great opportunities. You want to make sure that you do have an online presence and a strong online presence, so people can find you easy. If you Google your name and you can't find you easy and that you're a realtor, you need to get on, spend a day online and making sure you're updating, creating profiles. But social media does not take the place of actually physically meeting people, talking to people, engaging with people, whether it be through community events, community service types things, join a networking group. That's where Doug is Wednesday or Tuesday mornings. Due to failure to capture customers before selling them. And this goes back to what we talked about a lot, about building a rapport with clients, building their relationship. You have to earn their trust. You have to create a bond with them before you can just start loading them with all this information. And I mean, you want to educate them, but you don't want to push to sell them until you've created that rapport. Venturing too far from home. So, you know, we have a small state, but there's still some areas in the market. If you're not comfortable with the area, if you don't know the area, if you don't have time to get to know the area, you should probably consider referring that client to somebody that can, and then get a referral fee from it. Are you really doing a good service to your client if you're showing houses to them up in Wilmington and you know nothing about the Wilmington area? And believing it's all about you. Narcissism is a terrible thing in life in general. So I wanted just to take a moment to have a little bit of pride. We got a really nice Facebook post on our Weichert Realtors First Class Facebook page from Jackie Berner about Brandy. She did a fantastic job, so that's always nice to see. That's the second comment we've gotten from about Brandy on our Facebook page.
Very nice.
Very nice. Congratulations to Judith. She's not here. She's taking her son to college right now. She just pens at a home at 156 Christiana Drive in Clayton. Doug, who's also not here, congratulations for pending his listing. Yay! 24 Horse Pond Road. And Beth McGee as well, who is penned at a home at 14 Anne Marie Court in Newark. So everyone's out there working, which is great. And then another one on Judith, she got her listing on Sarah's and Drive in Middletown under contract as well. So I know that there are some other contracts that have been, I think Doug actually had another pending contract over the weekend that's just not updated in the MLS yet. It's Audrey's listing.
Yeah.
Shame on her. Yeah. But, so I know everyone's been really busy doing lots of things, and congratulations to RK for getting his official license last Wednesday and writing an offer already yesterday morning.
Yay!
So we'll do a little ring the bell, see
You
what's
just
going on
always
in the
ring the
world.
bell, didn't she?
What's that?
You just always ring the bell.
That's okay, you can have it.
Honestly, I do
I'm
steal
trying
it.
not to ring it.
I steal the bell ringing.
I'm gonna ring the bell because Waker First Class is wearing me out. I love it. In the last few days, contract with Bobby, contract with Doug, lead from Crystal, Daniel. I've got Brandy's Lady finally is accepted. Marcus and RK's not here long enough yet, but you guys are wearing me down and I love it. Thank you.
My baby boy turns 15 today.
And yesterday was actually my 1-year anniversary with First Time.
Wow.
Happy anniversary.
Let's see. Well, I was going to use this opportunity for a plea to everyone who lists that if they find a home in Smyrna or Dover USDA to give me first dibs, we go full purchase price. Seller's help might need to be negotiated.
What price point?
He is approved for 190. Of course, he wants the 150, 170 range.
Okay.
But he saw the 180 he loved. We didn't jump on it. It was gone. And I've tried to convince him about the seller's help to start gaining cash because you actually got our home. That was because he looked it up. He was like, they sold it.
One on Greens Branch.
The Smyrna townhouse.
Yeah,
And I looked it up. I bought it. So,
There's
but-
another nice one on, their second choice was the one on, in Cambria Village. It has a really beautiful finished basement. It's like a real nice barn. That was the other. I was like, oh, that's
Where was
awesome.
that?
It's not quite as big as that one on Greens Branch. Cambria Village, which is
yeah, we just met
opposite
with the
Side Road.
builder or the salesperson.
It is listed by Paula Cashin.
Lisa?
I'm trying to remember it's a resale. I'm trying to remember the name of the road. I'll let you know.
Cambridge High.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I just
sure.
need some help. He's a very eager buyer. He's already frustrated. We've been looking for 2 weeks. But I do know that I've convinced him because he lost that home that he needs to talk to mommy for a gift or something because blah blah blah. So that was my plea. That's really it.
Okay. Well, but she's gonna ring the bell because she's working with the buyer who's ready to buy.
Yeah.
Yes, it. There we go.
Hey, I spent Sunday with my oldest daughter, and I'm not gonna tell you how old she is because then I would reveal some things. But we had Rehoboth with my first wife, and her and the kids and all the grandkids. So it was a great Sunday, and also possibly have a listing appointment today at 3 o'clock. I'm verified this morning, by the way.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
Your first appointment?
Awesome. Kind of. This is a little more complicated.
Yeah.
You have to say something.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay. Sometimes Brandy's just happy to be above the ground.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. That's very true.
How's the side
That's a
up?
very good quote.
I'll ring the bell for getting the ad done this week early. And it only took me 4 hours instead of 5.5.
Well, next time we'll take you two.
That's right. Before you know it, you'll be like this.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I'm going to ring the bell for everybody here because you guys have been very busy. You've been keeping me very busy, which is, on one hand it's tiring, but on the other hand it's great because it's to see all the momentum and the excitement that everybody is just working and having appointments and making offers and getting listings and just
Yeah.
all good stuff. So it's very exciting. Okay, so New Penn News, do you have anything?
New Penn News. I'm thrilled.
Read all about it.
First of all, just about
I'm having fun with Power.
everybody in here is signing for class tomorrow.
Is everybody?
What class?
The trig class on the new regulations?
Yeah, it's going to be fun and exciting
Give me my glasses.
because anybody who's, I don't
Probably.
know if anybody in here is overseeing me, like in the big speaking thing. We're going to keep it fun and informative. So that's where a lot of my focus is today, is making sure we're ready for that.
Okay.
USDA, currently 8 to 10 business days
Marcus, did you talk to him?
I was texting with his brother at 10 o'clock last night. So, just one thing that I'm gonna caution, and I'm not, Marcus is my example here. If you don't feel that you're getting straight answers from a lender, okay? Go deep, go hard. Marcus's brother is working with a lender who's putting them USDA, and they got a little frustrated over interest rate, and they called me, and I looked at it and I said, no way, you make too much money. These other people said, don't worry about it, we got it, we'll do it. Last week, and I understand this kid wanting to stick with USDA. There's a lot of benefits. Last week he said, Robin, they've promised me, they've sent it to USDA. I know, we're good. Last night at 10 o'clock at night, I got a text. They have not sent it to USDA. And the reason, I didn't ask this, I guarantee when it got to their underwriter, because they had not sent it to underwriting 3 weeks before settlement, their underwriters said to the loan officer, you're wrong, this kid makes too much money. And Marcus was all over them, and they were just feeding him quite the line, I think.
Yes, he was.
He absolutely was.
Right. It's telling him to have trouble figuring out his base pay.
Yeah. And that's not even it. He sells things on eBay. I don't know what he sells, but it's some pretty impressive stuff apparently. And he's doing phenomenal. And he's a young kid, and he is just rocking the world. And he's over the USDA limit. So you guys all know, whether it's my loan or not, if you have something you're not sure of, something that's questionable, I will gladly take a look at it, give you a second opinion. Don't want to steal business from anybody, ever. I do want to steal business.
Yeah, why not?
And I just got a wonderful compliment, actually, from Jim Weirick, who was very unhappy with another loan officer at New Penn and the way something went down. And it's somebody that was my friend and now says I'm like the devil. And he said, Robin, you've been incredibly fair with other lenders at New Penn and making sure that you're not trying to take their business. So it's not what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys get the business if I can, obviously, because I'm going to make your lives easier.
Yes.
I have a question. Is there any loan out there that you could do to purchase a house that doesn't require like a working stove or stove to be in there?
Conventionally, you shouldn't need a stove. USDA, the last advice we got, if you can find that email, the last time we went deep with it, I checked with the head of our underwriting department. It is not required.
What's not?
Conventional?
A stove. Even USDA, a stove.
But
That
let's
makes too
have a
much.
refrigerator. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No,
Brandon's like, I'm
jumping. Now, one of the caveats to that, because there are no straight answers in my world, if the appraiser comes back and says it needs it, there's a question that we may need, you might need to fight it. But conventional and USDA, you should be fine.
All you need is a stove.
No, don't need a stove. Or a refrigerator.
Or a refrigerator.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll be all right.
And those are very fluid answers, I mean, tomorrow it could change.
No, I know. I've done work
Yeah.
for 15 years. I just couldn't remember them.
Yep.
Someone told me something different. Okay, thank you.
But conventional, you can.
Okay.
What was the question?
Whether or not,
Why
what
stop
kind of
late?
financing you don't have to have a working stove for.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Seriously, I'm not trying to make this 3
Oh,
hours.
please do.
Okay, so everyone, and I'm sure you guys have had classes, and it's only when it's in my face that I need to learn.
That's
Other
fine.
than that, I'm
That's
like, all right. All this free money out there, I've got people asking for these small, Delaware Authority loans. I've got like all these, because there's a room out there, there's a whole bunch of money out there.
Yeah, it's not free, we'll know that, but that's okay.
So what, like this $8,000 small loan?
Okay.
What are all these things about? Or you could tell me later, so I don't keep the.
However you want to do it. Basically, the Delaware Housing Authority has a few additional programs, okay? There's an $8,000 second mortgage assistance loan, which is what SMALL stands for.
And that would go towards closing costs or
Closing
something?
costs or down payment, yep.
Ooh.
No payments required.
Usually has a higher interest rate.
Yep, yep. I
On the loan.
think, I'll have to look it up, they just changed it.
It's also called the bond.
Yeah.
Small.
Yep. Second mortgage carries 3% interest rate and requires no payment until the first mortgage is paid off. And then there's the Advantage 4, which gives a grant of 4% of the loan amount. The interest rates definitely rise as you get these additional programs. What I'll do, I'll look up the current rates when we're done, because they changed last Thursday or Friday. And I'll shoot everybody an email and let you know what they are.
Is there a limited income?
97,000 statewide currently.
What does that mean?
Can't make more than that.
More than a 97?
97,000, yep. So
Yeah.
let's just play that deeper.
Wow.
Shantae,
I don't qualify.
that's not low income if you
No,
ask
she
me.
was like, that's half of Delaware. That's what I said.
Well, and here's the thing.
below.
So let's say Shantae's making $96,000.
Yeah, that would be all.
And her 15-year-old son works part-time and makes $2,000 a year. She's over. Because it's total household income.
Oh, okay.
One of the other things, it's one of the new tricks the Housing Authority has, is we always get buyers to sign an IRS authorization. Now that has to be signed by everybody living in the home.
Why?
So that we can verify with the IRS that everybody living in the home does not put them over the income limit.
Let's say someone's USDA, but they can get this $8,000 loan. Can they go FHA?
The Housing Authority will work with FHA, USDA, VA, or both.
So they can switch if they want to, if they get the $8,000 for a down payment.
Yeah, or they could do USDA bond with us all.
Just
And
remember,
let's just throw more acronyms, it'll just confuse us all.
just remember that when you change from USDA to FHA, you're also changing PMI, so that you're changing payment. So if
And
you're,
the payment.
It's not a significant difference right now, because you're gonna lower the loan amount by 3.5%, and the monthly mortgage insurance is down to 0.85 instead of the 1.35 it was, so it's not a huge difference.
Last question, promise.
Oh, please.
Is this something you guys introduce when you speak to people? Because is it like something that's not really promoted because you don't want to?
Yes and no.
That's what I thought. Because
Yes and no.
I'm like,
They're a pain in the butt a lot of the time. And if we can find an easier path for the buyers, going straight USDA with the seller paying all the closing costs, I can probably get them a lower rate. It's, they don't have to deal with the state. They don't have to do home buyer counseling. If there are people that truly have no options, obviously that's what we're gonna do. But if we can find a path of less resistance for them, we're gonna look at that.
right, it's also not most financially ideal for someone to use those programs because you have that, people forget about that $8,000 loan because they don't have to pay on it. And
Until
then
then.
10 years from now, when they go to
It's
sell the
worth-
house,
yeah,
now it's, $15,000 loan. So that's one aspect of it. It usually has a higher interest rate is another aspect of it. And then, ultimately, we have been able to get closing costs rolled in most of the time over the last 5 years, 6, 7, 8, it's been a long down market. But as the market continues to turn into more of a seller's market, those programs are going to need to be taken advantage of.
Yeah. So Bobby and I have actually been talking about doing a lending class. And Alex and I will be doing it here.
You need to schedule it.
I know.
Put it on.
what's a lending class where you'll tell us?
We're gonna teach you guys whatever you need to know. So,
Financing.
over the next few days, I've already written, FCP lending class, bond.
Okay.
Okay, I could stand up here and verbally vomit all over you guys for 2 days about dumb crap that's not what you need to know. So if there's anything specific, let me know what information, what programs, what you'd want to know about. We'll still do all the basics.
I'll tell you what to put on there. What programs to use for like fix-ups and when to use them, how to know when to use them, that kind of
Gotcha.
stuff.
Perfect.
Because I get a ton of people that are like, I want to buy a fixer-upper. And I'm like, good luck.
Perfect. And this is what
Me
I
too.
want. I don't want to throw stuff at you,
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there whenever you do these programs, is there a stipulation that you have to stay there for a certain amount of years or no?
No.
USDA Direct
Yes.
has some stipulations like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But not guaranteed. She does guaranteed. Direct is straight.
Straight through.